this week on Cruisin' New England. Today, we're on a hunt for treasures with a well-known professional restorer. Wait till you see what we find. I'm Paul Manette, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Cruisin' New England. Today it's antique motorcycles and a hunt for some of the parts that make these bikes possible. All this and more on Cruisin' New England and sometimes beyond. All my life, I've been cruising New England, meeting great people, visiting amazing places, and discovering wonderful classic and custom car collections, nostalgic automobilia, and so much more. Come on and join our adventure. I'm Paul Manette. Let's go cruising. Closed captioning for Cruisin' New England on Nesson is being brought to you by New England Recycling. Waste put to work. Cash for Gold, the place to sell your unwanted gold and diamonds. Where you sell your jewelry is as important as where you buy it. We at Cash for Gold are gold and diamond specialists. We will buy all size diamonds, gold chains, rings, bracelets, silver coins, and even broken jewelry. Often we pay 2 to 3 times higher than pawn shop prices. We also pay up to 90% of the daily price of both diamonds and gold. We are the original, authentic, family-run Cash for Gold and have been for over 35 years. Visit us at 527 South Broadway, Route 28 in Salem, New Hampshire.
Your special moments are something to remember. For weddings, portraits, and special events, contact Sparks Fly Photography.
Hi, I'm Jim Grundy, your expert for old car insurance. For 3 generations, my family's been insuring old cars. And that means we know what you need. And that's agreed value coverage. Agreed value means in the event of a claim, you get the full value that you've insured your car for. No depreciation, no deductibles, and no hassles. For the best coverage and greatest rates, call or visit us online for a quote on your collector car.
Find out what's happening. Get up-to-date information as I travel throughout New England and beyond. To get exclusive information and behind-the-scenes photos, join me on Facebook.
I'm Dick Shappy and deal in the finest classic motor cars, cycles, and vintage parts to collectors all over the world, but we're right here in New England. Vintage cars are like vintage wine. Both get better with proper care and time. I offer a luxury experience that's by appointment only. So check out my website, classiccars.ws, or call me at 401-521-5333 to find your personal piece of history.
We're back, and I'm with Dick Shappy. He's an antique motorcycle collector and restorer, and you have quite a collection of bikes here.
Well, I got quite a few bikes. I got 35 bikes just in this room. Mostly original bikes is where what I've been dealing with lately. But they call me the Merkle Man. I specialize in flying Merkle motorcycles, both restored and unrestored. But I also have Pope, Henderson, Harley, Indian, Yale, Pierce, FN, many others. That's what I enjoy doing, just playing with these things, making them new again.
So Dick, you have 2 Merkles here, but they look like the same bike, but there's a lot of difference between the two.
Well, actually, this is one that I restored, and here's one that's mostly original, and it's a, if you want to get into the dollar value, the all original bikes are actually bringing bigger dollars than the completely restored bikes. I mean, you can restore them 100 times, but they're only original once.
So what is Flying Merkle?
The Flying Merkle was a motorcycle that Joseph Merkle put together back in before the teens, and Joe Merkle was a force to be reckoned with. He was entering his bikes in all the races, and his race driver, his rider, Maldwin Jones, was beating all the big boys, the Harleys and the Indians. So Indian came along and said, we're going to put this guy out to pasture. So they took over, they bought him out.
Now over here, I see a completely restored bike here, and I see an all-original bike.
Right.
Let's talk about the values.
Right, the values today are, you'll get an original bike will bring more dollars than a restored bike in many cases. In fact, at the Leroy Hartung auction, there was a Flying Miracle 1913 that brought $202,000, and I actually had that same model fully restored and pristine and beautiful, and that we sold that at the Sotheby's auction a year ago, and that one brought only $180,000. So the original bikes right now are much more sought after because they're much more rare.
So the trend is going towards all original survivors.
Yes, if you can find them. They're very rare, they're extremely rare, and they're very collectible. So when you see something that's, especially in this room, there's a lot of them that are dull and they're not shiny. There's a lot more to them. We call it the patina. When you see a bike with a lot of patina on it, that's what actually draws me to them, and a lot of other collectors as well.
So I notice a bike up here says Thor on it. Now, is that what you'd call a survivor?
Yes, that's a mostly original 1914 Thor. And Thor in itself originally was making engines for Indian. But actually Indian got so big, the Springfield company started making their own engines and didn't need Thor any longer.
Now, I know the next bike up I see that's along this aisle here, that's a Harley Davidson, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That particular bike came from the Leroy Hartung auction in Chicago a few years ago, and that was one of the stars of the auction. That's a 1912, completely original. If you'll notice, it runs beautiful, but we don't run it because the tires it still has the original tires on it, and we run it, but we don't ride it. And that's a beautiful a piece of early American history that's survived.
Now let's talk about the value on something like that.
Well, the value on that, believe it or not, it's not all shiny and whatnot, but I value that at $150,000.
Now, so a lot of my viewers are going to be looking at that bike and say, are you kidding me? You'd actually pay $150,000 for something that looks like it needs a complete restoration just to drive?
Yeah, you wouldn't restore that bike. It'd be a sin to restore that bike. And a few years ago, maybe people would have considered restoring a bike like that, but no, you just don't do that. Again, the patina on that machine is not replaceable.
So when I look, so are you telling me now this is more of a museum piece or a private collector piece? You're not going to ever take this out on the road?
Positively not. That's a show bike. It'd be a sin to do anything else to that bike but just run it and look at it.
So Dick, how do you do it? How do you find all these bikes and all the parts to put them together and get them to where you want them?
Well, actually, I'm on the hunt 24 hours a day. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm scoping out what I'm going to be doing the next day, looking for these things. And I'm out there. I'm looking under every rock.
When we come back, we're going to be on the hunt, right here on Cruisin' New England and sometimes beyond.
Honey, what are you doing out there?
Waiting on the next Super Blowout 3-day only mega sale.
You don't need a sale, you need MPD.
NPD's everyday prices are competitive with most sales, and orders arrive fast from our 4 strategically located superstores. National Parts Depot has quality parts for Mustang, Camaro, Chevelle, GTO, Firebird, Ford, and Chevy truck. For your free catalog, go online or call toll-free.
Working beats waiting.
Do you have a child with food allergies? Does your school need help managing food allergies? I'm Gina Minette-Lee, a nationally recognized food allergy author, educator, and consultant. I provide a common-sense, fact-based approach to managing food allergies at home and at school. For more information, visit foodallergyconsulting.com.
Every week in the summer, I drive on Vermont's most dangerous road. We tailgate, we speed, and we crash. Around here, those are the rules of the road. Thunder Road, that is. But Vermont roads aren't a racetrack, and there are different rules to follow. Focus on the road conditions. Focus on the lanes around you, and focus on the drivers near you. Because at the end of the day, we want you to get home safely. That way we all win.
Sponsored by the Vermont Governor's Highway Safety Program.
When September comes, the party begins. Cruise on over to the Big E in West Springfield, Massachusetts, September 18th through October 4th.
I'm Paul Minette of Cruisin' New England at McMulkin Chevrolet. McMulkin has shipments arriving weekly of the new C7 Corvette.
People from all over the country buy their Corvettes from McMulkin Chevrolet to get the highest level of value and service.
McMulkin Chevrolet always has over 250 Corvettes in stock in their 3-story climate-controlled building. Remember, all roads lead to McMulkin Chevrolet. Check them out at mcmulkin.net.
The Thompson Auto Group.
We're back, and I'm here to meet Dick at the Antique Motorcycle Club of America's swap meet. Let's see if he's in. Hey, Dick.
Yo!
Are you here?
Yeah.
All right.
Hang on.
Hey,
how you doing, Paul?
Hey, nice to see you. I can't wait to see some of the stuff.
Well, let's do it, man.
All
I got
right, let's
stuff in
go.
here. Come on in.
So, Dick, I wouldn't really call this roughing it. This is a pretty cool little rig you got here.
I travel all over the country with this thing, and it's my home away from home.
What do we expect to find here today?
Well, I've got a bunch of appointments today with different odds and ends. You never know what's going to show up.
Tell us a little bit about what you did yesterday.
Well, yesterday when I came on the field, I spotted this 1911 Indian. It's all original bike, and I jumped right on it. I bought it, and it's going to ride home with me right here in the motorhome.
Now, is this something you're going to restore, or are you going to keep it all original?
Oh, no. They're only original ones. The significance of this particular motorcycle is the fact that it's in such original, pristine condition. You wouldn't touch this. This bike has got original paint, original equipment, and you would not touch it.
Is everything there?
Everything. This bike has got every conceivable option. In fact, there are things on this bike that I've never even seen before. Even got the Indian flag. I've never even seen that with a flag mount on the motorcycle. I mean, if you just look at it and scan it, every conceivable option is on this motorcycle.
What would something like this sell for?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I've got my sale price on it now. My ask price right now is $75,000. Yeah, Paul, I also bought this engine yesterday. It's a Crocker 1940 Crocker twin engine. Now the interesting thing about this is there's a gentleman that just called me today that has a chassis for this engine, and he wants to buy my engine. I said, I'd rather you sell me your chassis, so we're going to negotiate a deal one way or the other, but this is going to be united with a Crocker chassis.
Now, how rare is that?
They're very rare. A racing guy, Al Crocker, made race bikes for a few years, and they've become very sought after.
So what would somebody expect to pay for just what you have in that box?
Over $200,000 for that particular engine. The chassis would probably run $200,000 to $250,000 as well, but the bikes are bringing $500,000 together.
Dick, it sounds like you got a lot to show me today, and I'm anxious to get started.
Let's go. Here's the engine I got to pick up for my 1913 Henderson.
This is the one we're working on at your garage, right?
This is the one at my shop.
Yeah.
Mark.
How are you doing?
2 years, man. How you
Good
doing?
to see you. 2 years.
My God, look at this thing. It's like a piece of art. Everything you do is a piece of art.
It's a jewelry piece.
Unbelievable. 1913 Henderson engine, Henderson 4. Henderson made these engines for like 10 years. Was it 1911 or 21?
Yeah, 31.
31?
31, yep.
Okay. What'd you do to it?
Well,
besides everything.
Everything. This is a late 13, made in Detroit, second year of Henderson's production, and it took about 1.5 years to find all the parts, source parts from Europe, source parts from California.
Looks great, man. How's it run?
It runs great. You want to hear it run?
I'd love to hear it run.
All right, let's fire it up.
Let's do it, man.
We're gonna need we'll need a little bit of assistance, but we'll go from there.
Okay.
This is a hand crank, this motorcycle, so I've got to be careful I don't take my hand off. That's why I'm wearing the glove. And we're gonna prime it once, and we're gonna see what it'll do. Okay. One more prime.
believe what this thing looked like when I gave it to him.
Well, it looks new now.
It's new, it's brand new. All right, let's load it up, put it in my motorhome.
You got it, Dick.
Thanks,
Get it
man.
right over
Okay,
there.
we'll catch you in a little bit.
Nice job, man.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Cool. Paul, you got to see this.
This doesn't look anything like the ones you got at your shop.
Well, 1911, right?
Yes.
David?
Yeah.
What kind of money something like this go for?
How much you asking, David?
100,000.
100,000. That's how they look before I do them.
Is that something you'd pay 100,000 for?
Maybe. I've been known to do things like that. I don't know. Did you take 75? Nah, you wouldn't even. Didn't even want to consider it. I don't know, David. We'll let you know on this one. Got anything else I might be interested in?
What are you looking for?
No, Pope pots. Anything Pope?
Fender.
For Pope, huh? Wow, I could use that. What do you got on it?
2200.
2200. Take 18. No,
I'll go 2.
wow, this guy's tough. 2,000, you got a deal.
All right, good.
What am I gonna do? Can't find this stuff.
So is that why you have to pay so much for this stuff, really, honestly? It's because they're just not around.
Where are you gonna find it?
So you either pay the price or go home.
Right, the bike done is 150,000, all original.
So a lot of my classic car guys out there, I tell you, you can't complain when you're going out there looking for parts. Can you imagine you just paid $2,000 for a rusty fender of a motorcycle?
I might as well take it with me. There you go.
Dick, I guess not everything's old and rusty.
No, you gotta have new tires. It's one thing you need is new tires, man. Thanks a lot.
Dick. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have fun, guys.
More of Cruisin' New England right after this.
We're back in Oley, Pennsylvania for the Antique Motorcycle Club of America's annual swap meet. What are we going to look at now, Dick?
Well, Paul, what you got right here is the holy grail of this year's meet. This is a Curtis engine. It's a Glenn Curtis engine. Actually, I believe came out of a dirigible, but Glenn Curtis was the man. And this gentleman, Bill, we'd like you to fill us in on what you have here.
This engine was purchased in 1909, went to Kansas for two brothers building an experimental helicopter before Sikorsky. They started the contraption. It ran for about 5 minutes, flipped upside down, and has not moved since. The machine is in a museum in Kansas currently. This engine was purchased separately from it and landed basically in my backyard in my hometown.
So, Dick, is this something that you're interested in?
I'd definitely be interested into this piece. Let's say if I was to make you a real offer of $100,000, would that be something you would even consider?
At this point, I can't make any decisions on the engine.
I understand.
$100,000 didn't make the deal. Thanks for sharing it with us today.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Beautiful piece. Oh, this is a guy I gotta see. He's always, uh-oh. I see something. Hey, Billy.
Hey,
What's going on, man?
Good to see you.
What's this?
1918 Pope Big Twin carburetor. You need it.
Do I need it? You know I need it.
Yeah, I brought it just for you.
God. Well,
so you knew he was coming?
Knew he was coming.
Dick, so why is that so rare?
Well, it's a 1918 Pope carburetor for the model. It's called a T. The T was the last year they made the Pope. And this is the big engine, it's the big carburetor, it's the big Chevrolet. It's the rarest of the rare. I can't believe you brought this.
Yeah.
My God, I gotta have it.
So you got the rest of the bike that this goes to?
Yes, well, most of the rest of the bike, but this is a very integral part for that bike. And this is to make it run, you know, this is the carburetor. My God, I can't believe it's here. This is what this is all about. How much?
$3 grand.
3,000.
Yeah.
I bought all the other Pope parts, man. You cut me a little better deal than that.
And you got to buy more stuff. All right, how about 2? I'll knock off a Gino.
2, you get a deal.
All right.
God bless. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kiss you on the lips.
No, not wait. Don't leave yet. I got something else for you.
Oh man.
That Crocker.
That's my Crocker seat.
Yeah. That's it. Just looks just like the bike too.
Unbelievable. This guy's the real picker.
Yeah.
He's out there picking for me. My God. Yeah.
So how rare is the seat?
Well, how many Crockers are there?
They might have made, though they made 50 V-twins, they might have made 100 single cylinders. Might have.
How many exist? 20?
Yeah.
If that?
Rare.
How much?
Very rare.
Gotta have it.
500?
500. Not even gonna dicker with that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
How we like to do
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Beautiful, man.
Awesome.
So I guess you got the rest of this motorcycle, Dick.
Yes, I do. I've actually got a seat, but it's not all covered. It's all. This is all missing. This is just gonna go around. It's the same seat that goes on my Crocker, 1934 Speedway Crocker. So if this is gonna go around there, unbelievable. This makes the whole meet. These 2 pieces, fantastic. Look at this.
Oh, hey, I got one more thing. Remember I told you I brought a surprise? I forgot to tell you this one. This is something you never ever see.
This is real. He hasn't shown. I haven't really seen this yet. Brooks.
Bradley automobile, yeah.
Brooks.
Me to say, repair book. Wow. From 1905. A used repair book. How many cars were being repaired in 1905?
Right. There weren't many cars.
Yeah.
How much?
We're going to work that in a trade because I seen something on your shelf I want.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Good.
Take it with you.
All right. We'll put it with this. All right. We'll round this all up.
Yeah.
And we'll get out of your hair, man. I tell you.
That's probably the rarest thing. It's a motorcycle.
It's the best stop of the meet.
I've asked a few people. No one's ever even heard of one. So,
really?
I know
Okay.
you collect all kinds of weirdo stuff, Dick.
Great.
Yeah, I do. I'm a weirdo.
I got that in a state sale for $5.
Wow. Well, there you go. There's the start to negotiating point right there. $5.
Regardless what I paid.
Double your money right now.
He's got a piece of linkage this big that I want for my Super X. That's what it's all about.
That's it.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
Okay, man. Thank you. Been great.
When we come back, we're going to be at Dick's house and we're going to see what he can do with these parts.
This episode of Cruisin' New England is being brought to you by Shappy Vintage Auto Sales.
Hi, I'm Ken Mazzilli from Kenny's Garden Center and Landscaping. We've been here in Fairhaven, Mass for over 30 years. Come see our great selection of annuals, perennials, hanging plants, and nursery stock. We have a great selection of mulch, wall stone, field stone, cobblestones, and pavers. Make your project come alive with our large selection of statuary. For holidays, weddings, and special occasions, don't forget to visit our florist and gift shop. Contractors and consumers alike, come to Kenny's.
Hi, my name is Neil Murley, Murley's Car Care Center. We are Southern New England's Sunoco race fuel dealer. Save on Sunoco race fuel right off Route 3 in Weymouth Heights. And good luck on the track.
Hi, I'm Paul Manette, and I want to tell you about a new book coming out this spring, Collections American Style. I've teamed up with Berkshire Hills Publishing to create this beautiful full-color limited edition book. It features hundreds of full-color photographs, collector profiles, and historical tidbits. You'll see some of the finest automobile collections in the country, and memorabilia from The Wizard of Oz to the world's largest Kodak camera collection. Reserve your copy today at cruisennewengland.com. Would you like to see more Cruisin' New England television? Now you can watch Cruisin' New England every day on our website television show at cruisennewengland.com.
Check out Cruisin' New England Productions website. You'll see updated information about our fun car show series, including the Magical Mystery Cruise, the Circle of Champions, the Super Wheel Showdown, and the Spooktacular Cruisin' Classic. Also subscribe to Cruisin' New England magazine. We feature some of the hottest rides in the Northeast along with event listings and a whole lot more. Don't miss a single issue. And if you want more information about sponsorships, advertising, or personal appearances by Paul Manette, email us at cruisenewengland@aol.com.
We're back, and I'm with Dick Shappy, and we just come back from Olay, Pennsylvania, and we're doing some work on these bikes, aren't we?
Moment of truth. Hope it goes. Remember the carburetor we picked up at that Billy Campbell's table?
There it is, huh?
Look at this. Look at this. My God.
So does that complete the bike?
Well, it doesn't complete the bike, but it completes this phase of it. I mean, we got an engine now with a carburetor. My God, I'm so happy. I love it.
So Dick, I guess Olay paid off.
Olay is the greatest. I mean, this is what it's all about. Look at this. I can't believe it. I'm very happy right now. Olay is the best. I said, you ain't seen nothing yet. You wait. Wait till we get over on the other end. That other thing I found. I can't believe it. This is what it's all about. Look at this. I mean, just went right in there. Beautiful. Very happy. Very happy. I love it. Paul, remember the engine we picked up at Olay?
I do.
Well, here it is. It's going in tonight.
Tonight you're going to put this
going in right now.
And I got it. I can drop one of these in.
Well, here it is, going in. This is big. Careful.
No. Go like this, Greg. Yep.
So Dick, now what happens now? You have this restored motor now. What's it do to the value?
Well, it completes the restoration. This is a milestone in the restoration of this. Don't let it rest.
I'm not. Take it easy.
I got a feeling it's got to go in from this side.
What's the difference?
The mag.
Ah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not. You might find out when you get on this side.
Hey, you want it?
Well, we don't have that time to stay around here to watch this restoration, but I certainly want to thank you for having me here. You have an unbelievable motorcycle collection, and I want to thank you for having me here and in Pennsylvania.
Glad you came, buddy. Thank you.
I'm Paul Manette. Until next time, I'll be cruising New England and sometimes beyond.